So if you just want to start by telling me who you are and what you're doing within the lip sync itself.
My name is Cian Sweeney-Mulhall, and I'm a judge for the lip sync.
My name is Kirsten Greasley, and I'm acting as Elton John for the lip sync.
That's fair enough. So we're less than a week out. Sorry, we're less than a week out from the lip sync now at this stage, and I just want to ask you both what you're really looking forward to. What do you think will be your highlight? What are you looking forward to about the lip sync? Obviously, you're going to have two answers from two different perspectives, because Cian, you're judging, and Kirsten, you're actually acting within the lip sync. So what are you looking forward to most about the lip sync?
I think the thing I'm looking forward to most is definitely just seeing everyone's different acts. I've seen the list of who's performing what, and it's very different. Each act is unique and different. None is the same as another.
Yeah,
so there's going to be a lot of variety on the night.
Yeah, exactly, because we have everything from pieces from film scores and current pop music, as well as, don't know what you'd class as pop music from the 70s, 70s, 80s.
Elton John,
90s, Elton John, exactly. Kirsten, what about you? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm just looking forward to seeing everyone on stage expressing each act in their own different ways. So it'd be great crack to be watching from the audience.
Yeah, but you're acting within the lip sync, so
well, yeah,
you won't see much from the audience.
Yeah, but the same as I'd be looking forward to expressing Elton John.
I got you. Yeah.
I think as someone who's been on stage before, seen the audience reaction.
Yeah, exactly.
To what you're doing on stage.
It's because we've something in common, Cian, because we've both been on stage, and I can safely say as well, and I think you'll agree with me, that getting a reaction from the audience is one of the most satisfying things about being on stage.
Yeah, it drives the show.
Yeah, because that's what you're there for. That's what you set out to do. So seeing a reaction and seeing an audience on your side is really and then you get bad audiences as well, but I don't think that'll be the case on Wednesday.
No, I don't think so. I remember when we did the Wedding Singer last year, the school musical, I think it was the Wednesday night, the audience wasn't particularly great, which kind of made the show drag on a bit.
Yeah.
We felt ourselves it was a bit long, and we kind of wanted to get off stage by the end of it. We were like, okay, can we get this over and done with now? Whereas on the Tuesday night, the matinee, and the Thursday night, we loved it. It was crazy. The audience, they cheered after every song. Yeah. They laughed at every joke.
You want to get back on stage. You want to stay on stage.
You want to stay on stage.
Yeah.
The finale, the curtains close, and you're like, right, can we do it again now instead of waiting for tomorrow?
Yeah.
I suppose the main reason why everyone's doing it is just to get the laugh from everyone. You'll be making fools of yourself on stage, but you won't be the only one doing that.
Yeah, it's well, when you say making fools of yourself on stage, I don't necessarily agree with. I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with saying it's not. You're not making fools of yourself on stage, because I've always believed that when you go on stage, you're not yourself. Nothing you do is a reflection on yourself. You are a character. You are whoever you are.
Pretty much
trying to impersonate at the time.
I have a quote like that on my bedroom wall.
Yeah.
It's don't remember it exactly now, but it's the stupider you look on stage, the better your character looks on stage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if you feel stupid as Kirsten, you'll feel really, really good as Elton John.
Yeah, because it's not you're never yourself on stage.
No.
Even when you're MC and stuff, you are yourself in effect, but you're not really. You're just doing the task that you've been set to do by whoever's running it, and it's the same with the lip sync when you're acting in the lip sync, but it's slightly different because you're impersonating someone else. You are someone else's character, and even if you're a backing dancer, you are the backing dancer
You're
for that
someone
act.
else's backing dancer.
Yeah, you're someone else's backing dancer.
What
and
would
it's a-
Elton John's backing dancer?
Yeah, you're not Kirsten's backing dancer. You're Elton John's backing dancer.
Yeah.
It's a very good point.
You're not yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're your character.
You're doing
For
the
the-
character a favour.
For the whole month leading up to The Wedding Singer, Cian Sweeney-Mulhall disappeared, and everyone was just seeing Robbie Hart. As in, I genuinely, not on purpose, just by complete accident, because I was so invested in the character, spoken an American accent for a whole 2 months. Just a constant American
I'm going to
accent.
cross-reference that after this, but I'm going to make inquiries. I believe you, but yeah, no, but it's a very good point, because you know you're doing something right if you stop and notice yourself doing mannerisms or doing little habits outside of rehearsals and outside of your performance.
Yeah, like anyone will tell you, I'm always singing, I'm still standing outside of class and everything. And it annoys Frawley the whole time.
Yeah, it gets
and
quite
pretty
irritating.
much everyone else.
Very
And
quickly.
sometimes I don't realise myself doing it. I'm just stood there
No,
singing
see, the
to
thing
myself.
is, if you could get someone who could sing, I'm still standing, it'd be all right. What, Cian, are you expecting to see? What level of performance are you expecting to see at the lip sync? And what are your expectations for the quality of the performance and the acting? And what do you expect? What is your expectation for people, just to give them an idea?
So personally, I take acting very seriously, whether you're playing a comedy relief character or whatever. So even though you're going on stage, or how old are you?
Turning 16 on Tuesday.
16-year-old girl playing Elton John. That's hilarious. But
Yeah. But
you need to take it seriously. And this is to everyone who's playing a
sorry,
character.
just PSA to everyone in the lip
PSA,
sync. Cian
public
Sweeney-Mulhall
service
has
announcement.
something to say.
This is what I'm looking for. People taking their roles seriously. I get it's a joke, it's comedy. But I don't want to see people laughing on stage.
Yeah,
No, I want to
unless
see
it's
I want to
intentional,
see
obviously.
people look happy on stage.
Yeah,
Elton John was a happy guy.
Yeah.
So I want to see Elton John look happy on stage.
yeah.
But I don't want to see Elton John sitting at a piano and start laughing halfway through a song.
Yeah, that's just going to ruin the whole experience for everyone.
So
Yeah.
I'm
You
looking
just-
for people who can make it funny but take it seriously.
Yeah, so you're looking for people to really bring the entertainment value
Exactly.
without breaking their character.
Without breaking character.
Yeah. And obviously, because it's a lip sync, we do have a license to break the fourth wall.
Oh, that's great. That's always such a good thing to do.
Yeah, it really.
In any show, lip sync,
Yeah.
musicals, plays, breaking the fourth wall is hilarious. Did you ever go to a panto when you were a child?
Yes.
It's like, oh no, he didn't. Oh yes, he did. Like it's so
Yeah.
good. But
So-
you can't do that in a musical.
No,
'cause
because
it's a script.
it's a scripted thing,
You
and
don't,
that's
you don't have a script, do you? You don't have a
no.
script.
This came up yesterday actually when I was talking to three of the other guys or guys and girls who were doing the lip sync. Was the fact that it's not scripted, and that you're not relying on other people to make your role funny. It's a real plus for the lip sync itself, because you can choreograph, and Faye made this point yesterday, I think it was Faye. He said you can choreograph your own dance, you can pick your own group. So everyone who's doing the lip sync will really enjoy it and will enjoy coming to practices. Whereas I understand, now I could be wrong when I said this, but I understand that when we have done musicals in the past, that there has been hassle getting people to rehearse sometimes, because sometimes it can be a laborious process when you're doing the same section over and over again. And I know from past experience with acting, you could do the same 30 seconds
For 3 days.
for
solid.
3 days straight when you're doing
Yeah.
6 hours a day.
100%.
Yeah,
Definitely. The fact that you get to pick your own group seriously helps, because it's a group of people you're comfortable with. I know with the musicals and stuff, like it would be difficult to get, say, some of the leads
Yeah,
who this may be their first time as a lead,
yeah,
to get them to sing in front of people for the first time, because they don't
Ye-
know them.
yeah. It's a very good.
Now, me, I don't really care. I've been doing this since I was 4 years old. I'm well used to singing in front of people I don't know right now.
Yeah.
The fact that you get to pick your own group,
Yeah.
it's
You're
all
with your friends.
it's your
not
friends. You're
people-
comfortable in front of your friends. You'll make a show of yourself in front of your friends easily.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
mess up, it doesn't matter. It's just your friends.
And
Yeah.
it's not people that you wouldn't usually talk to either. So that you won't just be standing there thinking, oh, why am I doing this with all these people that I've never met?
Exactly.
Yeah, but that being said, and now I'm going to flip it on its head and play devil's advocate. Do you think that could, for people who haven't been on stage before, but for people that this is their first time on stage and first time performing in front of 800 people odd, do you think that the performing with their friends in a closed circle could create a false sense of securities where they go on the stage and realize, oh my god, I'm in front of 800 people who I've never met, 750 of them? Do you think that could create a shock value for people who haven't been on stage in this environment before?
You could think that. You would think that, actually. Have you not been in that position, if you get me?
Oh yeah. I'm just playing
I-
devil's advocate here, but
The first time I came into the first musical I did was with the school, where I had a lead role. It was All Shook Up in 2015.
15.
2015, right? So 3 years ago, nearly 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That was the first time I had a proper lead role in a school musical.
Yeah.
Now I had done shows before and whatever, but before the show, I was like, there is nearly 1,000 people out there
Yeah.
that I don't know, that I've never seen in my life. Parents of people that I go to school with, are in the
Yeah,
audience.
parents and grandparents and cousins of people I've talked to maybe
Yeah.
3 times in my life.
And
That kind of level
when
of
you're
distance.
backstage, it's so nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
But when you go out on stage, you can't see them.
That is one of the big things that I've made point to people, because I've been on stage before, and if the lighting is done properly, you can see the front row, and that's it. You can see nothing else.
Now,
it's
in a
black.
case of what's going to happen in the Radisson, you most likely will be able to see a good few people. But if you're doing it right,
Yeah.
you should be way too caught up in your character to care.
Yeah. You should think of it like, and this is one of the things I think, you should think of the audience when you're doing your character. If you're out within the audience, breaking the fourth wall, and you can see everyone and you're in among them, you should treat them as a
them if you
prop.
know them.
100%, your audience are props.
Treat them as a prop that you can manipulate to make your act look better. And I'm not saying you don't interact with the audience. Of course, you're here to put on a show for them, but they're not people to you. They're props that are going to make your act funnier,
Yeah,
if that makes
So I'm
sense.
going to make up a scenario here, right? If I was doing lip sync, did you get to pick your own songs?
Yeah,
Is
you got
that-
to pick your
Yeah,
act.
mostly.
Well, no, most people got to pick their act, and then there was a few, like the Spice Girls. I think they were.
There was a lot of ideas, concepts. People came up
Yeah.
with concepts for group, and some groups were filled, so they would get a core of maybe 3 people who would know each other very well, and they'll say, right, here's your group, fill the group, and we're going to choreograph this for you. We're going to make your dance for you, but you're all going to be very comfortable with each other already, if you know what I mean. And the Spice Girls is a good example in that scenario. So
If I was taking part in the
which
lip
I know
sync,
you would love to, but
I would kill to be on that stage.
well, as a judge, you're just as influential. Don't worry.
Thank you. That means so much to me. I would 100% do Queen in drag.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah,
Freddie Mercury is my idol. I love Freddie Mercury. Everything about him. It's just amazing.
except the AIDS.
Except the AIDS. I Want to Break Free. That's the song I'd pick to lip
Yeah.
sync.
Yeah,
A lot of
I
people
do
would
it in
know
drag.
that song as well.
100%. If I saw some middle-aged woman sitting in the front row, looking all smiley and happy, I would go down and I would grab that woman's hand and I would dance with her.
yeah.
Because that's hilarious.
Mm.
People would love to see that. And she would love it as well.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And the judges would be like, listen to this now. The judges would be like,
This is from a
they're
judge's
taking
perspective.
advantage of everything around them.
Yeah.
So,
They
Do you know, I
they
might
have
add that in
lost.
myself now.
They have
I mean,
lost.
I'm just gonna
Yeah,
leave it at that.
you're looking at them and you go, they have lost their personal sense of insecurity
Yeah.
to perform for us.
I'm gonna use you as an example now. I'm gonna right. She lost herself and has found Elton John.
Yeah. Or an interpretation of Elton John.
An interpretation of Elton John.
Yeah.
Elton John reincarnated.
Yeah.
Well, he's not dead, but
Well, yeah.
For slightly,
as
maybe
in-
slightly exaggerated and slightly more
Exactly.
comedic, but at the same time, you still have captured the essence. of
comedy
Elton John.
value, entertainment value, use of surroundings.
Yeah. There you.
3 key factors when it comes to lip sync.
You've heard it here now, ladies and gentlemen. Keen Sweeney-Mulhall is looking for entertainment value, comedic value, and the use of your
Surroundings.
environment. At the same time, I understand that the costumes, and I'm taking part in the lip sync myself, so I get it completely, that the costumes play a huge part, but they also help in losing yourself. Makeup and costumes help people who might be slightly insecure about going on stage in front of 800 people. The costumes and the makeup help
To make it like
to
to make you unrecognizable.
they help to not
straight away.
not unrecognizable, but they help to make you lose yourself because you feel like the part, you look like the part. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
helps lose yourself
Yeah,
in the thing.
definitely.
From personal experience, that's what I've seen.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, no, it's a very good point. And just this will be a short question, but in relation to Lip Sync Battles Ireland and the Radison Blu Athlone, how much do you think the fact that Lip Sync Battles Ireland coming in and elevating this production from an amateur, a very amateur to production to semi-professional or nearly professional level, and the Radison Blu giving us an outlet to promote it in the wider community of Athlone and surrounding areas, how much do you think that will help the lip sync as a whole? How much do you think that will help the idea of a lip sync in schools?
Well, I mean, it'll show other schools what they can do as well. Like, it's not just Athlone Community College that can do it. Like, anyone can do it if they try hard enough.
Yeah.
And, like, for the Radison Blu helping us out, like, we're very grateful for that. So, thanks to them, like.
Yeah, because they've increased our capacity by 200, 300, 400 people maybe.
Exactly.
So
like,
we can
it would
really
have been
put
in
on
our
a show.
school hall, but now we get this space to
We're just gonna
actually perform to the full, like.
Yeah. Sorry, Keaton, you were saying?
Yeah, so when you look up Athlone Community College on Google, you know the suggestion bar that comes up?
Yeah, yeah.
The 5th one down, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm almost certain, right? Get that ready.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty sure
check.
the 5th one down is Athlone Community College musical.
I'm gonna check that now, yeah. Nope.
Okay, well it was back when the musical was on.
Okay,
We were
well,
like-
that makes
fashion
sense,
show.
yeah.
We
that
were the
makes sense.
5th search result, because like when you think of like our school, like one of the musical is like one of the big things. We're
Yeah.
the only school in town that opens the musical to all years,
Yeah.
and everywhere else is
And does it this big, like.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's such a big
like it's
production.
crazy. So much money goes into it and everything.
Yeah.
Like props to Miss Donahue, Miss Butler, Miss Bannon, them all.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, of
the
course.
amount of work
Um,
they put into it all.
No, yeah, it's crazy. But the fact that we're doing a lip sync now, that's so cool. Like that's unbelievable.
Yeah, that was one of the things that came up yesterday. Is it a step in the wrong direction, or is it a new lease on life for the school? Is it a step in the right direction? Is it testing the unknown? We'll say.
Originally, I thought it was replacing the musical. I
Yeah.
thought that lip sync was a replacement of the absence of a musical this year, which Miss Donahue, if you're listening, I'm very disappointed about. It's my last year in the school, and I have no show to be in. But we won't ponder on that for too long. We'll move on. Yeah.
Lord
no,
knows you've done your time on the
Oh,
stage for this school.
I haven't done enough time on stage for this school. I'm going to repeat my leave insert just so I can do more time on stage for this school. I did it in 2nd year. I'll do it in 6th year. Yeah, and then Mrs. Donahue
PLC,
exposed me.
PLC.
PLC. No.
PLC.
No, I'll just do leave insert again. I might have to anyway. We'll see. But yeah, I think it's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
To answer your question
Oh, yeah, definitely.
in a short sentence.
So, kind of wrapping up soon enough, but in relation to how much, and I kind of touched on this earlier, but I want to come back to it, is how much do you... the fact that LipSync Battles Ireland is the actual corporation who do this kind of thing, the fact that they're coming in to do the lighting, the sound, like the bare bones, the backbone of this lip sync, how much do you think that's going to benefit the lip sync itself, having a professional kind of setup and system behind it?
Big time. Like, it's going to help
Helps a lot,
massively.
yeah.
It's going to make it run smoother. It's going to make it look smoother. Everything's just going to be smooth about it. There's
Yeah.
not going to be any of these long pauses in between songs. Like you said, you're doing 2 songs.
Yeah, one's gonna go straight into the
It's
other.
just going to
Gonna
flow.
flow.
It's just gonna
right
change
in,
straight away.
Whereas if we were doing that ourselves, we'd have to set up the song maybe on YouTube or something.
So, in conclusion, I think it's probably a good time to ask how you feel things are going to go on the night. And Kirsten, because you were acting in it as Elton John, as we've said before, are you nervous or are you excited, or is it a mix of emotions kind of?
Well, yeah, like now the nerves are starting to kick in, but at the same time I'm like really excited for it because I know I'm not going to be the only one who's feeling nervous.
Yeah.
So it's kind of reassuring to know that I'm not the only one that feels that way. You get me?
Because everyone is on stage and there's nowhere to hide really, because the
Yeah,
groups are so
exactly.
small.
And
There's no group acts where everyone is in it, so there's nowhere for anyone to hide. You're
Yeah.
all on display
And, like,
at
our year-
any given time.
Like our year, TYs, like none of us have been in like a school
Class.
musical or anything before.
Yeah. I
So
get you.
this is all very new to us. So it's understandable that we would be nervous.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to on the night, specifically?
Just entertaining everyone, I suppose. Like, it'd be fun to try something that I haven't done before.
Yeah. No, I get you. And Cian, what are you looking forward to, aside from critiquing our acting?
Meeting Mary O'Rourke.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's going to be
it's
sick.
A very, it's a
I
very
love Mary
valid
O'Rourke. I'm
point,
going to
yeah.
get her to sign my book. I have her book. I'm going to get her to sign my book.
Very
Mary
good.
O'Rourke is a legend within her own right.
Yeah, fair enough. It's a valid point. But aside from Mary O'Rourke, anything you're particularly excited about related to
It's
the lip sync itself, or
Meet Elton John reincarnated.
No, can I talk about the surprise
Yes.
act?
Apologies.
Is it a surprise act?
you have just ruined everything. No, you cannot talk about that.
Well, no one.
I don't
knows
know who
the
it is, though.
surprise act.
The teacher act.
I don't know who the
Yeah,
teacher act is.
Yeah, the
Oh, the
surprise
teacher act.
act.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you can talk about it.
Wait, there's a surprise act and a teacher act?
Oh my god, is there actually?
I don't know.
Okay, let's talk about teacher act. I'm really excited to see teacher act.
Yeah, we're not going to
'Cause-
talk about the surprise act because no one knows about the surprise act.
Okay,
You can do the surprise
so
act.
I'll do the surprise act. I'll do the surprise act.
No one's gonna know.
Does anyone know what the surprise act is?
It's me.
Yeah, it's
I thought the teacher act was a surprise act.
It is a surprise act.
I
surprised.
don't know who it is, but I want to. I have an idea who it is.
Yeah,
Same.
but we could
And I
all
have an idea what they're doing.
we could all take our favorite teachers and put them. We're not favorite. We could all take a teacher and put them in a role and say, oh yeah, they'd be really good for it. But
But out of everyone, I think we all kind of know who would be best at it.
yeah,
Mr.
we
Frawley.
do.
Absolutely not. No,
No,
what?
no, definitely not.
Mr. Fallon.
Take that out.
I would have said Mr. Murphy.
No, Mr. Fallon.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, Mr. Fallon, 100%. I've seen Mr. Fallon do a lip sync before,
Oh yeah.
Mr. Malloy.
and it was hilarious. He's such a funny man.
Well, no, obviously there's only one man for the role, and that's Mr. Ford.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
I want to see Mr. Friel do it.
I want to see every teacher do some sort of.
We just get a teacher ensemble of like
yeah.
Les Miserables. Just like, do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? You weren't there.
No.
No, that's a shame. There you go. That's my answer. You're welcome.
Okay, so we have infringed Article 13. We have discussed the Teacher Act. Yeah, we've checked all the boxes for a good modern day discussion. In conclusion, the Athlone Community College Lip Sync Battle in the Radison Blu Hotel Athlone on Wednesday, the 12th of December, from 6:30 p.m. The doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the show kicks off at 7:30 p.m. But don't make any plans in the evening; it could go on all night. The tickets are €10 and they're on sale via the school through Miss Golding, Miss McDermott, and Miss Aspel. And if you're external, if you're outside the school and you want to get tickets, get in contact with a TY student or reception and we can sort you out with that. Big thank you again to the Radison Blu Athlone for hosting the event, and LipSync Battles Ireland for really raising the status of the LipSync to that semi-professional level. And a big thank you to all the TYs, our guests, Cian Sweeney-Mulhall, guest on the night.
Thank you very much.
Our judge on the night, also a guest on the night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kirsten, Greasley, Elton John. So make sure you come see it on the night. So from me, Cian, and Kirsten, it's goodbye for now.